Howdy, how are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Great. Jade, from your perspective, given the number of new faces here, how has the kind of integration process been with all the newcomers, some of the people have hung on, and how is kind of the bonding process going?
It's been amazing, honestly. Coach Angie did such an amazing job at recruiting a bunch of amazing girls, and we get along so well. And I think, like, through adversity at practice, through the struggles, like, we are able to find each other and work hard together. And we've been doing a phenomenal job this season and this preseason so far.
From your perspective, why did you opt to stay?
Oh, yeah. I just saw a lot of belief in Angie and me. I think being a returner, it allowed me to step in that leadership role. And I think a lot of the girls are able to look up to me in a sense because I'm familiar with the culture and the system. And yeah, that's the main reason why I stayed.
So you guys last year had one fairly dominant score and then balanced throughout. Where are the points coming from this year?
All over. I think a lot of us are. There's not really one person who's scoring the most points most of the time. Like, a lot of us are able to balance out the points. We're getting a lot of points in transition. We're very versatile. We're a very tall team. So a lot of our points are at the 3-point like usually, and off the dribble in transition, and just finding ways to get points quick.
So Hannah, what went into your decision to come here?
I was just looking for a change, and I feel like Coach Angie gave me like an amazing opportunity. I really liked the culture that she was building. I liked her system as well. I felt like in previous years I was kind of in a box, and with Angie's system, like, it really allowed me to expand my game and become a more complete player. And I also believed in the school, this institution, and the players that she also recruited.
Someone who has seen Tulsa women's basketball from the outside previously, what was your impression previously, and then maybe what has changed since you've been here?
Yeah, I always like recognize them as like the shooting team, the super fast cutting team. Like, I was like, oh, we're about to play Tulsa. Like, we're gonna have to be running for 40 minutes. Like, we're gonna have to be trying to keep up with those cutters and close out long on those shots. And now I get to be in the system, so it's kind of a cool full 360 moment for me.
So how is your health?
My health, my knee's been doing great. Yeah, it took me about 10 months, but we're back, and I feel like I'm moving and playing as if it never happened. So,
What was the process, I guess, from the realization that was what was going to happen, that you were going to have to miss last year, and then kind of rehab process? How did that all come about for you?
at first, I would say it was devastating. You think your senior year is going to go a certain way, and then, you get a really good start, and then things kind of start fumbling. But I'm a big believer, and I think it was really God's plan. And now I get to spend my last year here at the University of Tulsa. So I think in the end, it's just a blessing.
For both of you, there's an international flavor now with this team. I think 6 or 7 different countries. How have those young ladies adapted?
I think they've adapted phenomenally. I think we all enjoy getting to learn each other's culture and learning where each person comes from. So I think they've been able to adapt perfectly, and I'm so grateful to have them on this team.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I think coming from Canada and having another fellow Canadian has been really awesome. And I think everyone just brings a different aspect from their country. Like, I think around the world there's like different styles of plays, and we kind of come together as one, and everyone brings something different. So I think we're forming something pretty dynamic and pretty versatile.
What has been maybe the funniest cultural shock or whatever for some of those girls? Can you relate a funny story where they didn't understand because English is their second language? Is there any funny story?
I would say Dory's probably someone that I think of. She's from Hungary. I just think sometimes she just doesn't really understand or not like maybe not hear the correct words, and she might thinks it's something else, and
Yeah.
everyone cracks a joke with it, like it's funny, and she seems to laugh about it as well. So
Yeah. And I know, like, Teresa, like, in the summer, she'd be like, we have to go play P-Cup. And we were like, what's P-Cup? And she meant pickup. And it's just like, we have a lot of those different instances throughout this team. But I think we really come to appreciate each other's culture. Like, just the other night, one of our teammates, who's Indian, made, like, the team Indian food. And we all got to try, like, something from her culture. So it's been definitely, like, a lot of cultural appreciation on this team.
I'm sure they fit into the system because being,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of them being European players, they probably like this system. And then you guys, how do you guys like this system?
I love the system.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a very versatile player. I like to run the floor a lot, and that's kind of my game, and the system fits perfectly for me.
Yeah. I was so used to, like, always playing in the paint, but, like, now I get to play on the perimeter. I still get to play in the paint some. I get to shoot threes. I get to bring the ball up. And so it's really, like, developed me into a more all-around player.
I'll never refer to pickup the same way
Yeah.
ever again. It's got a new name for me now. Jade, I want to go back to what you talked about with having been here in the program and then new players come in kind of asking you questions about kind of, you know, what it's like being here. Did that something that's come, does leadership in terms of elements of that come natural to you, or is that something you've had to learn and progress throughout your career?
Definitely learn. Last year we had a lot of amazing leaders, and I really wasn't in that leadership spot. I think this year I have a lot of girls who believe in me, and I have a lot of the coaching staff also believes in me, and I think that that's made me realize, like, I have to step up, I have to use my voice, I have to lead these new players who aren't used to this system and aren't used to this culture, because we stand 10 toes behind it, and it's extremely important.
So did you have to find your voice? Are there still moments where you're like, okay, maybe I need to be a little more assertive here, or?
Yeah, I think I am a very, like, outgoing person, very vocal person. So that wasn't necessarily hard. I think it's more of like the assertiveness was a little bit challenging for me, and like holding people accountable was a little challenging for me. But I think just the group of girls that I have want that from me and want me to speak up, and it makes me feel more comfortable doing so.
And now that you've been here, all the different cultural differences with the team, but what's the overall personality of the group like that you've been able to understand so far?
I would say off the court, we're really, like, dedicated, really, like, good-natured, genuine team. A lot of us are pretty close. I would say, like, we get along. Everyone really gets along. And I feel like on the court, we're very dynamic. That's really our personality. Like, having people from so many different areas, having so many different skill sets, coming from so many different previous programs, like, I think it comes into something that's really, really dynamic and different, and I think it will surprise a lot of people.